Hey, Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe. Oh yeah, we talking zombies and apocalypses and all those things you like. Going beast mode, and if you didn't know, it's Peter Z up on the mic. Whoa, hey, TWD family, grab the snacks about the pantry and subscribe and like if you can, please. Or those walkers eat you like some candy. Hey, okay. You at the right place at the right time. No one does it better, that's the bottom line. Beauty and the Beast, this is prime time. Let's go.
We're live, laugh, love. Yeah, it's just so good. Yep.
I got it. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna do this real quick, and we're just gonna pretend it didn't happen.
Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe. Oh yeah, we talking zombies and apocalypses and all those things you like. Going beast mode, and if you didn't know, it's Peter Z up on the mic. Whoa, hey, TWD family, grab the snacks about the pantry and subscribe and like if you can, please. Or those walkers eat you like some candy. Hey, okay. You at the right place at the right time. No one does it better, that's the bottom line. Beauty and the Beast, this is prime time. Let's go.
Well, I don't know why it resets. It never used to.
I don't know why it does either. I don't get it. Hi, Pie.
Hi.
No, we're gonna figure this out.
So yeah, when you couldn't hear us before, I started out, we were all saying like how fun it is every week to like enter the show with Peter's song.
Yeah.
Like it's like a vibe that immediately like starts the blood pumping and gets the happiness vibes going and everything. And then Ryan was like, yeah.
So I know I basically just said like not to make it emotional or anything like that, but this song was made by Peter, and knowing the relationship that we have with him and he has with us, just makes it that much more special for me, honestly. And it's not just because it's like amazing, which it is. It's so cool that he did that for us, and it's so like custom, you know what I mean, to us and what we do. But just like the times that he said to us, like he's like, look, you guys thank me all the time for what I've done for you. He goes, but like, he goes, you guys exposed me to the Walking Dead family in a way that I had never had before.
Right.
And in such a unique way.
Yeah.
And so it really was that give and take. And it wasn't just like, what can you do for me? It's like, what can I do for you, for him to us and us to him, which is very cool.
Yeah.
And that's how he's always been.
Yeah. And I mean, no matter how many times, we hear it every week, but every time it's like I get that same reaction. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's something that was made for us by someone. I think it's the same thing. It's like someone that was made for us by like someone we have a real connection with.
Yeah.
So it's just, as soon as I hear that beat and then he goes into the lyrics, I just, it gets a smile on my face.
Yeah, me too.
Could be a shittiest day, and then I hear that, and I'm like, ah.
Did you see how Pi greeted Josh when he joined the chat?
Daddy Josh in the house. Yes, I did. Yeah.
Josh, I tried.
She beat you to it.
I tried to tell him to stop.
Yeah.
I know it's weird.
I didn't say it, though. Pi did. I just read what Pi wrote.
It's less weird. It's less weird.
Less weird. Because I wasn't like, hi, Daddy.
What you gonna do is the flick of the wrist next time.
Hi, Daddy. Oh my goodness. So yeah. How's
On that note.
how's everybody doing? How you been?
Good, man. Good.
Yeah.
Just weird. I mean, I don't know. Like this week feels like past week feels like it kind of flew by, but also dragged out. I don't know how to explain it other than it feels like we blinked and we're here to this week now. But also I feel like it took forever to get here. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. A holiday on a Monday always screws me up.
Yeah.
Always screws me up. Today has been Monday for me all day. Doesn't matter. Like it's just been. It felt like a Monday. It looked like a Monday, and like everything was Monday. I don't. But I'm happy tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the other benefit of having a holiday Monday is like your week is only 4 days. So yeah.
Yeah, it's throwing me off because like yesterday I worked. I work Monday through Friday. I have a full-time job, and I worked like a part of a day yesterday because of the holiday. Technically, I can have it off. But I wanted to get caught up on work because like admin's not there. No, it was very easy for me to get paperwork caught up and not be distracted. And so I'm also off on Friday because I'm going on an extended weekend trip with some friends up to the Poconos in Pennsylvania. And so for me, this week's really kind of fucked up because it's like I work half a day on Monday. Boop.
You said poke your nose.
Poconos. I was thinking it.
I got nothing. You ever see? So you're drinking the bubble. You ever see the ones with Michael Bublé, the commercials?
Yes.
Yes.
I love those commercials. I don't know why, but I do.
I have tried the AHA as well.
I don't like AHA.
It's got caffeine in it.
It tastes like TV. It tastes like what I imagine TV static would taste like.
Yeah, so I like the bubbly better.
Yeah, bubbly is good.
There's some flavor of AHA though I really liked. I can't remember which one it was, but a lot of them are gross.
The peach.
There was one
I think there's like a peach mango tea, which is pretty good. I like the mango one at bubbly, and then this blackberry bubbly.
Well, bubbly has like a million flavors.
Yeah, and for like an 8-pack, can't complain. It's like $3.
Yes.
So enough about that. We're here to talk about Tales of the Walking Dead. Indeed. Renee has written some great articles, by the way. So if you guys want to, if you haven't been watching the series, because not a lot of people are, but if you want to get caught up to speed, one of the best ways to do that is to read Renee's articles.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's true. I mean, yeah, you get the exact amount of info in each paragraph, breakdown. So that way,
it's literally the Spark Notes version, and I love it because it's like if I have to recap on an episode, I'm like, hold on, shit, let me pull up one of Renee's articles real quick.
Yeah, I try to make them a nice little bite, so that way people don't get bored.
Yeah. Pi says she wants.
So Pi says she wants to start with D because she's conflicted.
You always start with the D.
Ooh. Actually, Renee, I want you because you touched on a lot. It's okay. You touched on a lot of great discussion points with D.
Okay.
So
let me see what. Okay, let's hear Pi. Pi, what are your?
Yeah.
Tell us a couple things so I can. Maybe something you say coincides with what.
Yeah, it's true. So whatever you want to speak to as far as the episode, Pi, go ahead and start writing it in the chat, and then.
Yeah, so this episode for people just to catch them up is the D. D. We're talking Alpha. This is Alpha's her former name, which we didn't know until this. A lot of people suspected because she had used Deborah when she was at the Kingdom. When she went to arrived at the fair, she or carnival, whatever they call that, it was fair. She used the name Deborah, so a lot of people kind of thought that might have been her real name, which was close, D. But this episode, people were really upset with it because they feel that it messed up Alpha's story. They tried to say that it's always been that Alpha was the person who started the Whisperers, but it never really said that. It just let us assume that. But if you look at, so what she's saying is, on one hand, we found out more about Alpha. We all want to know about her, but it sort of didn't stand on its own. There was less plot than I've come to expect, and the ending didn't really take. So
which I think you can probably clarify for her.
Right. So a lot of people think that it messes up Alpha's story. I read a lot of people had said things like, "Oh, they think we're not going to notice that big plot hole and things." Well, there wasn't a plot hole because if you notice, when she meets the Whisperers in the D episode, she has hair. When she meets Beta, she's bald. So she has been with the Whisperers, but for some reason, her and Lydia leave. I don't know why. We don't. No one knows. It's how that part hasn't been discussed or shown. But she did leave them for some reason. Mm-hmm. Then she meets Beta, and she tells him to take his. That you don't have to leave this person. You can take him with you. So that's where we all assumed, oh my gosh, she's like telling him, take his face, take him with you, and come with, we're going to start this group, and here we're going to start it. Well, here it had already been established. She's just seeing this big hulking man, and in my opinion, she's like, this is how I take over. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take him back with me, and we're going to be Alpha and Beta, and we're going to rule this, Right. So, and the showrunner has confirmed that episode did take place between D and the other, other piece. So, or what we see later, and so that's where that fits in, and so it isn't a plot hole at all. But there is there was something, and we also learned from the showrunner that D had kind of a romantic interest in Hera. So this is again me, what I put was, I feel that was why she took Hera's face as her mask. Mm-hmm. Either Hera died, I don't think she killed Hera, because if she was in love with her, something happened to her. So I feel something happened to Hera, that she died, so she let her turn, and then she took her face, and she said to her, because you loved me. That was how she kept her with her. Mm-hmm. Just like she told Beta, you can keep your friend with you by taking his face. And, so that is, again, a lot of that's my opinion, my speculation, but some of that is what the showrunner has confirmed.
Yeah, and I thought it was also interesting too, because I know at one point in that episode, Lydia mentions about the woods talking, the trees talking. Mm-hmm. Prior to the ending of the episode. Mm-hmm.
The fairies.
The fairies, yeah. And I was just like immediately something was like, well, she's hearing whispers. And because obviously watching that episode, it's going to bring you to that point. Something will. So immediately I was like, she's hearing whispers already. Yeah. So, yeah. Which I thought was really cool, the way they tied that in. Honestly.
Yeah, I loved that. I thought that was cool. And I thought it was very, because we all assumed it was out, she was the one who started it. So I thought it was very cool. And then to your question, Pi, is there news about later episodes, or do we see more of Alpha's story? The showrunner would like to, yes. It just depends, if Tales will get renewed. They had 25 stories ready to go. For Tales. Obviously, they're not getting 25 stories in a season 1. So they, most of the Walking Dead, if you look, a lot of them only have 6 episodes in their pilot seasons. Except I think World Beyond might have had more.
Yeah, I think World Beyond had more.
That was a limited series, and they knew that going in. But anyway, most of the series do start out with 6 episodes. So they would like to do more, whether it would be a standalone series, whether it would be additional Tales episodes, no one knows. It just depends on scheduling and things like that. But there definitely is more story there.
Yeah. Pi says, I'm not all happy about the entirety of the episode. D's on a boat. D gets into an argument. D flees. D meets the Whisperers. I know where you're coming from. I felt that way about the very first episode with Terry Crews and everything with his episode but these are one-offs. Mm-hmm. It's so hard to pack everything into 41 minutes, 42 minutes, whatever it boils out to be. But yeah, it was a very quick lead-in with her character. It shows that she's been who she is her whole life, though. With her like her comfortability with other people, especially other women, who want to be like who people who are always trying to take a lead role in Lydia's life, beside and like pushing her out, even though she was the mother, kind of thing. And that part transpired into like even her relationship with her in The Walking Dead. You know, like there was always that tension between Lydia and her. You know, like do as Mama says, yes, Mama, kind of thing. And she started that, just say yes, Mama, say yes, Mama, say yes, Mama. You know, like they showed you where like that became like the beating it into the dead horse thing. Like, you know, you're gonna obey me. I'm your mother. This is
like
what you're gonna do.
her.
Yeah. So
well, and then we see, you know, we all thought, you know, oh, she turned into this thing, but if, you know, the one thing she says is, I killed my dad when I was 9. You know, I think she was always this way. I think it just, the apocalypse just gave her an excuse to just go with it. You know, she didn't have to hide it.
Yeah.
She didn't have to try to, you know, suppress that, you know, of herself. She just could go with it and be that person, you know. And, you know, and one thing we need to remember too, everything that we knew about, all the flashbacks and things that we learned prior to Tales of the Walking Dead was from Lydia's point of view. And Samantha Morton talked about this at San Diego Comic-Con. She said, you need to remember everything that you know in the flashbacks was from a child's perspective. And how often do they remember all the details? You know, I mean, like, it's hard enough for adults, oh, like, how did that happen and this and that, but children, you know, a lot of times you're either jaded because you're a child, and you want, like, you know, if you have 2 bad parents, you always want one of them to be good, so you're going to pick one of them and just make that out to be the good parent or something. But in Lydia's case, her mom lied to her and told her the dad, you know, like a lot of times she told her the dad was the bad one and things like that. But yeah, so I thought that was very interesting too. So
probably, you know, like you say that, but who knows? Like Renee said, there's 25 episodes written. A Hilltop Origins could be one of them. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to say, because I think a lot of Tales of the Walking Dead, when they first started talking about it, they kept telling us that, you know, it's going to be already established and new characters. And I think a lot of the reason they didn't do many with the established characters is because the flagship series isn't over. So there's a limited amount of series that they could do much with. They can't show us a lot, you know, because it's more difficult with the characters that are still alive and in the story of the main series. So I feel like they have these other stories maybe for some of these main characters, but would need to wait till that flagship series is over. But whether or not it'll get renewed, it's kind of hard to say. So it's one of those things. So hopefully it'll get renewed. I mean, I've watched all 6 episodes, and I ranked them. I ranked them on the Undead Walking page, you know, on Twitter today, because I finally got to watch all the final 2, and I liked all of them. I found something I found elements in all of them that were, you know, just something good to add to the Walking Dead universe. You know, and some of them you're like, dang, I wish I could see more of this, because they are you know, like you said, a one-off. But you know, it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So that's all we're getting at this point. You know.
Right.
You know,
But I thought all of them were.
I'm sorry, Renee. Go ahead.
No, I just said I think I've liked all of the episodes for their different reasons.
And so far, I like all of them too. I mean, like I've said it before since the first episode, it's like this refreshing take on The Walking Dead, where it has enough parallels to be like The Walking Dead, in the sense that, like, it's got the walkers, it's got like the same settings, and I don't mean, like, you know, obviously it takes place in different cities, different, you know, states and things, but it has the Walking Dead feel to it. But it does not feel like a carbon copy, which would have pissed me off, because it's like, if I wanted to watch The Walking Dead, I'd go on Netflix and start binging it again. You know what I mean? Yeah. And with Walking Dead coming to an end, it's just like Star Wars for me, right? People shit on the sequel movies all the time, and I understand why, and I can fully understand, appreciate, and respect why. But I look at it from the perspective of Star Wars came out in what, 70s?
70s.
Here we are 50 years later. Almost 50 years later, and we're still getting Star Wars content. How cool is that? 5 decades, which is potentially 3 generations, and we're getting new Star Wars content. And that's how I feel about The Walking Dead. Yeah, it's ending, but we're getting these really cool, really refreshing takes on The Walking Dead. And even the one with Alpha, and learning about her origins and things like that. Yes, it's a pre-established character, but it's one that in the grand cosmos of The Walking Dead, she was only there for a blink of an eye. And so, really, what did we learn about her? Again, that episode showed us how little we knew about her.
Yeah.
And again, a lot of that was from the perspective of the main characters. It wasn't from the perspective of Alpha. It was from the perspective of people who viewed her as the villain. And in her own mind, in her own perspective, she's not the villain. Everything she's doing is about survival, and that's all she's done her entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's the same thing we talk about Rick and Negan, right?
And she's always her defining message to everybody is, "You promised to protect my daughter, and you lied. You didn't do that."
Yeah,
that's like her delivery of like her message. Like, you lied to my daughter, and you didn't do what you said you were going to do.
And in her own twisted brain, you know, that's how she shows her love, is that protection and things. But that scene with Brooke when she sliced her face, holy crap.
Yeah.
that was pretty graphic, and I was very shocked at that.
And you know what?
No, like I kind of admired. I don't. Well, no, admire's the wrong word. Maybe it's not. So like I guess I did kind of admire how, like, on the boat, on the very very small casino style riverboat that they were on, they were having open deck exercises for everybody, trying to keep everybody healthy and like all this stuff and everything, trying to, I guess, I don't know, prepare them for having to run, you know, or run, hide, fight kind of thing. But it didn't work out very well when shit hit the fan. So like I was just kind of like, well, that was a waste, you know. You got like, and like Pi said, it's like Pi said, like, well, how long are you gonna like kind of just dick around in this boat for? You know, like where are you going? You know, like what's the end game with being on the boat? So yeah.
But again, I can't think of a better casting for Alpha than Samantha Mortensen.
Absolutely
I think just seeing her on screen, like, is like chilling. And you know, Pi. Oh, God.
When the trailer came out and you heard her voice that, or whatever teaser trailer, whatever it was, and you heard her say that, you know, let me tell you how I died, or whatever it was, I was like, I got goosebumps, you know, just hearing her voice again.
Yeah. And even Pi said, you know, when she was talking with Lydia, and
she's under the carcass.
Yeah, like she's just like her forehead. I mean, how many people would do that?
She's like, shh.
And you know, and think about how traumatizing that is for a child. Think
about how vomit-inducing that is.
Yeah,
that is the one thing that I've always kind of like wish. I don't want. Not that I want to see people be induced into vomiting. But you're literally like, how do you actually hold that instinct back to not gag and puke when you have a decayed, stinky ass fucking body laying on top of you and you're smothering yourself in its shit?
Glenn, when they first did that, Glenn vomited.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
even I felt nauseous in that first episode when they're in it. Where's Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
And they're smearing the guts and shit on themselves. I was like.
And he's got that axe. We need more. And he starts axing him.
Yeah, I would puke. Exactly. Like, I would puke.
But then think about how many stomach-turning moments in the Walking Dead universe we've had, right? I mean, like the tainted meat, right? That was another one that I was like, you know, I like the creepy episode with Maggie and like the house where like the people are like crawling and shit like that. For me, that was like not nausea, but like that for me that was like creepy and like really like anxiety inducing. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But that's what The Walking Dead is known for. They're known for their gore. And I mean, you know, when Glenn's eyes like falling out of his skull, that was the most nauseous The Walking Dead has ever made me feel.
Really?
Yes.
See, that didn't really bother me. I think it was because I was prepared for it because of the comic. You know what I mean? Like, I was prepared for it. I wasn't. I mean, the comic is, you know, didn't have it all colorful and shit and everything like that with the, you know, kind of like thing, you know, with the eye popping out and shit. But yeah, I guess maybe after being in that type of world for 10 years, the smell that would just become normal. You know?
Yeah. It's just,
you know, like I equate it to this. Like, if anyone's ever owned a home with a septic, and you get your septic pumped once every like 2 years.
Yeah.
When they crack that motherfucker open, when they crack that septic tank open, man, I literally go running for the hills.
Thank God I have town water and sewer.
Yeah, like there is nothing on earth. That's what I would imagine it would smell like.
Ugh.
Everywhere, every day, no matter what. And then you throw in the heat. Oh, God.
You know, I've never talked about it, right? But for me, like, I can't stand the smell of BO.
Yeah.
For me, it is so gross, especially, like, I'll never forget this, but when I was going to college, there was this guy that was in my class, and let's just say that his hygiene and shower habits were clearly not up to snuff. And smelling that at 8 o'clock in the morning while I'm trying to suffer through macroeconomics, was just horrible. I constantly felt nauseous. I actually learned not to eat breakfast before I took that class because of that exact reason.
Yeah.
And so you think about it, right? I mean, The Walking Dead at this point, you know, even like, even their showers can't be that decent. Even like in the Commonwealth, I can't imagine they're that great. Because you have to ration clean water, and you're probably not going to divert it for showering. You know what I mean? So the smell of BO alone would make me just absolutely nauseous. I would be if I was in a zombie apocalypse, I'd be vomiting constantly. That's my takeaway.
At least for the first year.
Yeah.
At least
totally
for like
became acclimated to it.
Yeah, like I think for a year I would just be vomiting everywhere I went. Like I wouldn't eat. I would just puke. It'd be bad. I'd be like, oh, vomit. No, vomit. Yeah, she probably says there's no deodorant in the walking.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
If the zombie apocalypse happens, the first thing I'm doing is going to Target and stocking up on Old Spice
Your
deodorant.
fucking backpack just full of deodorant, like.
And I'm going to have a black market trade of deodorant.
Yeah. And toothpaste.
And toothpaste. Mouthwash, probably.
Mouthwash, yeah. Like little travel bottles.
Because toothpaste still kind of requires water.
And hey, if you want to get a quick buzz, you can drink it.
Yeah, you can go swallow.
Switch to swallow. Get a little buzz from the mouthwash. Well, I mean, you know, we learned that from all the people we used to work with at the hospital. So.
Yeah. True stories there.
What happened? Stop stomping your feet.
No, we're not stomping our feet. That's the
no,
dog.
that's the dog, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So Dave brings up cooked onions.
Cooked onions.
Okay, so
and
another college story. But there was this girl in one of my morning classes, and it was for managerial accounting. It was my second year. I'll never forget it. And she decided that her breakfast of choice. So I took this class Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So 3 days a week. Her breakfast choice was a peanut butter, banana, and onion sandwich.
Raw?
It was raw white onions. So
Okay.
8 o'clock in the morning, I am smelling peanut butter, banana, and onions.
Was she pregnant?
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to talk about nausea-inducing? I thought the kid's BO from the year before was bad.
Microwave fish is quite terrible.
Oh, Dave.
We worked with a few people who love to eat fish. Yeah.
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 Yellow man.
Yellow man. Rasta man.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, okay. So we got on a little tangent there about how stinky it was
That's
going to
okay.
be.
That's all right. It's all good.
This is how our podcast.
We learn more about Pookie each podcast, so it's good.
So yes. What recap? What have we learned about me? That I hate the smell of BO and peanut butter, banana,
and
onion sandwiches.
Yeah. Yeah. And then if I ever robbed your backpack, all I would get was deodorant.
Yeah. Don't bother with his backpack and the ZA because it's just deodorant.
If you think about it, though, I could fit a lot of deodorant in a backpack. I could use that as a weapon.
I mean, you
true.
could. Or bargaining pieces for other people
Yeah.
who might want to smell nice for a day, you know?
I'm saying.
Wipe a little on their ass crack. Let me see. Pi says, yeah, well, what we've seen, everyone is always perfectly scrubbed with, perfect teeth. It's true. They did kind of clean it up a lot. I mean, I think there were some episodes with, like, you could tell they were just, like, they were wearing, like, makeup. You know, like, like they had like their nails were done and stuff. So, and that was.
I love Pamela Milton's pedicure, which I understand she's in the Commonwealth, but come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all are nasty.
I said she's gonna try that sandwich right now.
Well,
You mentioned how refreshing it was. See Blair and Gina sign. Yeah, exactly.
I feel sick just thinking about the sandwich. I'm just gonna distract myself.
Okay, so was there anything else on D that we need to talk about? Pi, did you air all your grievances?
Yeah, Pi, did you air all your grievances about D?
I give Pi credit though. There was a couple times that she said, "You know what, Renee, you're right."
I know. I was very honored with that, Pi. Thank you.
Yeah.
Renee don't mess around.
It's true. She really don't. And Pi was like, "Oh, okay," because a lot of people were like very confused with that
Mhm.
episode. What's up, Zay? How's it going?
Again, I think people are used to seeing Alpha for an entire season.
Yeah,
And so to see her in 42 minutes,
Yeah.
it was kind of like, what the fuck? But again, it's supposed to be, you go to a restaurant and you order, the sampler appetizer, right? You get 2 mozzarella sticks, 2 potato skins or whatever. That's what this is. This is not, you're not getting an entree.
Yeah.
You're getting the sampler. The sampler at Sizzler. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm gonna see if we can quiet the one upstairs. Sounds like I have an Under Armour commercial going on upstairs with the click clack. I saw Becky popped in too. Hey Becky, what's going on? I saw you pop
Yeah, I
in.
said hi to her, and she said she like so far. I think she said she liked the first
She
episode
did,
best so
right?
far.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
She liked the one with Terry Crews. I mean,
Yep.
I've watched 5 of them. And between D and then the very first one were my favorite. Those were my 2 favorites so far. I like the second one. The second one, see, I know the second one got a lot of hate with Gina and Blair, right? Yeah. But I enjoyed that one as well. I will say that the fourth one with I call the guy the doctor there, Doctor not Everett, Doctor Everett. Yeah. Oh, who was his other guy then? The other scientist. Mosley. So the one with
That's like 21.
the one with Amy and Doctor Everett, I get it. I was very impressed with how they kind of let you know that the CRM is still like the biggest threat. I'm thinking like 35 years in the future.
Yep.
Like they're still the largest and biggest threat because in the very opening of that, when they describe that giant trench, there was a man-made trench. They say a man-made trench that was made to separate the dead zone from the rest of the world and everything. And the technology you needed to do that, the machinery you needed to do that, the amount of people you needed to do that, because they said it took place over a period of time. It's hundreds of miles long and 200 meters wide. So I mean, that throwing in the CRM, I thought I just thought it was like really kind of like profound for the CRM to still be like the number one, I guess you would call it still. I mean, at least at the time when they did that trench, they were.
And they dug it right. Yeah.
So, and I mean to see, I guess I don't know. I guess to have it look that far ahead to 35 years ahead, and to see like how many walkers are still around, even though I guess they've been more isolated from the mainland. They have these guys called headhunters, which I think is purely for sport.
Skull hunters.
Yeah, I think that's purely just for sport.
I feel like they must use that as a scare tactic or something, because if they're going to traverse that trench to get these heads, they're doing something with them, because you're not just going to, I mean, that's not an easy thing to navigate.
Yeah, right.
So,
and that's the thing, like, I wish they would have maybe showed how they crossed.
Yeah, because they had the trucks. Well, they had those trucks full of boxes of heads.
Yeah.
Like how you didn't drive those over.
Unless they constructed a bridge. I mean, but it's got to be a bridge that's 200 meters across.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
You put in some damn time to build this thing.
Yeah.
So Oscar's in the chat.
Oscar.
What up, Oscar? Yes, Homo mortis is what the doctor, the scientist guy.
I like that. I like that name.
Homo mortis. Yeah.
But you know what, Pi? Though I kind of agree with it. You look at like I Am Legend, right? And Will Smith and his character, and he's doing all these experiments, and I get they're like zombie, vampire, hybrid things, right? But like, they're observing them for a reason, and the doctor made a couple of different observations that we were led to believe, because again, the Walking Dead that we've seen so far is not is not an outside perspective. What we're getting is a perspective of the characters that we're seeing. It's how they are perceiving the world around them. And they're seeing these as the things that have been killing their loved ones, that eat them and turn them, or rip their faces off, or rip their necks off. You know, like all this violent, gruesome stuff. Right. They see them as these senseless monsters. But even at one point, the doctor says that, yeah, I saw specimen 21, and he killed the dog. Right. He killed the wild dog.
He like left the trail.
But he didn't eat it. He left it for the herd.
Yeah.
And so it's almost showing like this like wolf pack mentality. And so are they really these senseless creatures, or do they have some semblance of basic survival instincts?
Yeah. And at 30 years in, are they evolved?
Exactly. Right. And just like we saw, you know, with the French ones, right? They were running, they were evolving. This was not something that was happening right away. Yeah.
I said something about the zoo, the giraffes and a couple giraffes. I don't think you realize how many zoos there are in the United States. If they, you know, these animals were getting out and they were herding them to this location, I don't think you realize how many zoos are in the United States. There are tons of them, and if you know, obviously they had to herd some of these things into this location, like the walkers and then these animals, and if that's the case, it's very plausible.
Yeah, and I mean even if you look at the way that he was tracking them, it's very similar to throwback to where it was they were tracking them in was it World Beyond, right? CRM? Were they tracking them? Somebody had the tracking devices.
Yeah, that was in World Beyond.
Yeah, World Beyond. So they were using tracking devices almost very similar to the ones that he was using. Yeah. So it's like a lot of their technology, you know what I mean? This guy either was able to duplicate it, maybe he came across it, found it, duplicated it, maybe he stole it, I have no idea. But a lot of the stuff that they were, you know, that he was using, which, you know, I was calling the guy Boba Fett because, you know, he's got, first of all, he's wearing a skin coat, which was made by by Specimen 21 before he died. So that skin coat was made by his friend because they realized that they won't attack you if you smell like them. You know, and I'm wondering, like, well, okay, you're wearing a skin coat, so like, how long do you wear a skin coat for? Does a skin coat permanently smell bad? You know, like...
Oh, maybe... Sorry, I Googled giraffes in the U.S. and said 40,000. So that's what I found on Google, but Renee found 600, roughly.
600 what? Captive? Giraffes. Oh, captive. But she wrote captive. Were yours just total?
Well, giraffes are not native to the United States.
Right? I know, but I'm just saying. So, like, you were just talking 40,000 worldwide.
Well, that's what I found on Google. So yeah. I don't know.
I googled how many giraffes were in captivity in the U.S. and that's what came.
And think of all the giraffe intercourse over the course of 35 years. That's a lot of long necking. You know, it's a lot of long.
Giraffes doing the naughties.
It's a lot of long necking.
So the point of this is that there are roughly between 579 to 40,000 giraffes in the United States somewhere.
And yeah,
there's a lot of giraffes.
It's a small range. Yeah, it's a small range.
It's like when meteorologists say that you have between 0 to 100% chance of 2 to 42 inches.
Yeah.
Today to Friday.
On a day that ends in Y.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
So
yes, there's lots of zoo animals. So
there are.
But yeah, I wondered about the coat too. I'm like, how long, does he have to, maybe he has to season the coat, has to take some Walker blood and, kind of, like you do with like I don't know, a leather coat,
I do like the kind of like foreshadowing that he gives her. He's like, if you go, you're going to die. I wasn't really foreshadowing. I guess he was blatantly telling her, once you leave, you go to your community, you're going to die.
Yep.
Yeah.
They all die, and then for him to change his morals, so to speak, and want to do something good, and then to find her dead and put the tracker on her and everything,
Yeah.
And then, do you think that, so like when he goes there and he sees,
he comes across a crate of heads and everything.
Yeah, but like, there's nobody else. So were they skull hunters, and she was just lying to them? Because there was like, there's nobody else. It was just their group, and there's
Right.
big old truck full of heads. So I just, I was curious if they were just
Yeah, because she tells him that they like propositioned them just to for help.
to help out.
Yeah, to help them get them there.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, that's not really a relevant anything. That was just a Renee question.
Yeah. But there's a lot of things like, there's like that cut scene where he's describing how the wildlife has taken over and is prospering, and he's on this tablet thing. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I know you're wearing this really cool backpack with really big antenna on it, and you got like little solar panels all around you and shit, and you're still using a freaking, what the hell are those things called? Drone. Yeah, you got a drone, and you pull out this tablet, and it's like 4K HD tablet. You're showing clips from Mutual of Omaha on the fucking thing of like birds prospering and fish eggs, fish eggs breaking open, and like all this shit. I'm just like, this didn't need to be here. I didn't need to, I need to see this.
I think it serves a purpose though, because it shows that there is a life outside of the death and gore that is The Walking Dead. Like life is prospering.
They showed it in the opening. They showed the gazelles running, and they showed the birds flying.
True, but for me, the beginning was kind of confusing, because in the beginning it's like, was this like pre-collapse, or was this like pre-outbreak, or like post-outbreak? It was kind of confusing at first.
Mm.
Yeah, because you're kind of like, okay, where's this being taken? Yeah, where? I guess what era of time are we in? I guess is what I'm trying.
Yeah. When we had it on before, I was like, did Chris just put on like some like Nat Geo bullshit?
Yes, so I hit the wrong button.
Well,
I think it kind of helps show how things are in the dead sector, to have Amy, want her group want to populate. They feel like they need to take it back. So I think it was just kind of establishing, okay, it's beautiful here, it's wonderful here. That's why they want to come and settle in the dead sector.
But and I wish they would have touched on more of like, what is so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's kind of the mystery, and that's what I wrote in that one article. I feel like that's why the skull hunters come clear across to get the heads, because there's no walkers in the other side. She said things are so bad. I think it goes back to the fact that it's not the walkers anymore. It's just the humans over there are so bad. They've gotten the walkers contained on this side. And whoever CRM, whoever took over the CRM, whoever the big bad is at this point, it's just gotten so bad that they're wanting to come across that trench to get away from it.
And I think like another great story to tell if they renew and move forward would be another story on the other side of that trench. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So show us what's so horrible over there, because she says it, that how bad it is, that it's horrible and all this.
Did everybody watch the 5th episode yet? I know you didn't, right? I'm just gonna say it reminded me of like a really, well, they're all weird. It reminded me of like a M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
It was very M. Night Shyamalan-ish.
Yeah. It's a murder mystery thriller kind of thing. Yeah. So it was. I put that. So I ranked mine. I put D episode as my first favorite, and then I put Amy and Dr. Everett as my second. I put Devon, which is the 5th episode, as my third. Blair and Gina as my. I'm saying the wrong thing. As my 4th, then the first episode as my 5th, and then the 6th episode as my 6th, in order of how I like them.
If I were to rank 1 through 5 real quick, honestly, and I think the only reason why I would put the first episode as number 1 for me is because it touched so much on the prepper lifestyle. So it's been like for me, it's been like a long time coming for something like that. So honestly, that would be my number 1. D would be 2. Gina and Blair would be 3. And I think 4 and 5 would stay 4 and 5, right where they're at. Honestly, yeah.
And the sixth one's really good. It's just I don't feel like it fits in with the Walking Dead world universe. You know, it's not bad at all. It's just weird that I don't know how to explain. You'll just have to wait till you see it. But it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's not like.
Which one? The 5th one?
The 6th one.
Oh, the 6th one.
Yeah. No, the 5th one. I put that one as my 3rd. I like that one a lot.
I don't know. I guess it.
But I mean, yeah, it's. And I could rewatch them and I could renumber them. Who knows?
Without like any kind of spoiler stuff or anything, I think I think I could just say like it felt very far off from anything Walking Dead. Like just way off the trail of anything, which I know obviously it's supposed to be Tales of the Walking Dead. But I think it just went so far, left or right, whatever direction you want to go. It just went like really far in that direction where I was just like, where it was a murder mystery drama, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not that it's bad. It's good because from the jump, you really gotta like think.
And you gotta pay attention.
You gotta think.
Yeah.
And the
6th one's the same. It's more of, but on a supernatural vein.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not a bad episode. I liked all the episodes. I really did. But Oscar, he's partial to the Whisper episode. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oscar was probably in the background somewhere for all we know.
Probably.
The episode. I know you came in late, Zay, but we were talking about the D episode, and
we deep dived into that one.
We went pretty deep into D. We went deep into D on that one. Oh boy.
Well, I think because it expanded upon a character that we never expected to get more on.
Yeah.
I said that in one of my articles. I said that we learned, we thought we knew everything. We didn't know everything, because there was just way more. And even Samantha Morton, she had stated in our interview that she was, shocked at the twist in Alpha's story. And I thought that was prior to me watching the episode, and I thought, man, if the actress says that, can you, like, what is the twist?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, as far as I don't know, like I hope we get news that they do renew for another season soon. I mean, the 6th episode's gonna be released
2 weeks.
No, soon on AMC Plus. It'll be released sooner.
AMC will be the 18th. It'll be the end of the season.
Like, I'm hoping we get some kind of news that they're gonna, give us another. I'll take another 6 if they want to do a 6, 8, whatever. But
yeah, sure, do them in 6. That's fine.
Because there are. Sorry, I just read Oscar's comment. There is like even just talking off of episode 4, there is so many other episodes that they could really make just based on what they've already put out, like the other side of the trench, continuing more on D, with her Alpha storyline, what happens with Hera, stuff like that, show like maybe an episode on their relationship, whatever. There's so much stuff out there, especially with her, with Samantha being like a part of it, like it's just, you're going to get the attraction from the fandom, Yeah.
For sure. She's really busy. The one thing that was said was it was scheduling. So Samantha Morton, she's pretty busy right now. She just got another series. She's got cast in another series and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
It'll be scheduling stuff.
Yeah.
So.
But I like, even from like a writer's standpoint, especially with this show, like it would be hard to do now because obviously they're much older, and it would probably be really hard to young them up. But if you were to do like a Merle and Daryl origins thing,
I'm down. I love Michael Rooker. He's
I mean,
hysterical.
you could make. I mean, I know Daryl's off doing his own series and stuff like now, like next, but like, could you do like you could do a one-off on just like a little bit on their beginning, and people would eat it up.
You know what would be cool?
Number one, everyone, like you said, everyone loves Michael, and everyone absolutely loves Norman. So like, you do a origins things with both of them, like growing up, like a real glimpse at their shitty childhood, bring them up to like all the trouble and shit they got into, and up until like shit hits the fan. You know, it'll be
really cool in my opinion. It'd be kind. I guess it'd be kind of hard now because Carl, what's his name? Chandler is still is so much older than he was in the first season, right? But if you brought back John Bernthal and what's her name that played Lori?
Lori?
Yep.
Oh, Sarah.
Sarah
Yeah.
So if we brought both of them back, you could even do after Rick gets shot. Ooh. And what happens at the outbreak.
Oof.
And you just do a whole episode bridging that gap.
Be a lot of barrel chicka wow.
Make it from John Bernthal, or make it from Shane's perspective.
Right.
I think that'd be kind of cool too. That's a story that we only saw Rick's perspective of. He got shot. He was in the hospital. Mm-hmm. He woke up. He went and found Lori and Carl.
Yeah.
There was a lot of gap there, and I would like to see that. Like,
keep going.
You're waiting for me to say I want to see that gap?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I wasn't.
What were you talking about, Christopher?
Don't worry about what's going on in
my
mind.
I worry about it every day.
No, continue, please.
Well, yeah. If you watch Shane Bernthal's podcast with Sarah Wayne Callies, I don't think either one of them will ever come back to Walking Dead.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry. I have the mind of like a 12-year-old. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What did Oscar say? I know Oscar, I was too. What did Oscar say? I'm disappointed that she didn't create the Whispers. Oh, well.
That was cool. I thought that was amazing.
Well, so like something that we that we did touch on was that how Lydia was hearing the whispers, the fairies talking, and then when we were in the woods, she says the trees are talking to me, kind of thing.
They want me, Mama. They want me, Mama.
Yeah. That was really. It was just super intriguing, and like it just brought the ending together for me. Mm-hmm. Did we all think, obviously, that she was the one? You know what I mean? Yeah, of course, because that's what the show only showed us. Yeah. But I thought it was pretty killer to see, Hera, but once again, now we want more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Which they probably have it. You know what I mean? This is the thing. Like, they probably have that written somewhere. Mm-hmm. It's probably just waiting. And I think that would be
the way it sounds from the Channing Powell, who's the showrunner for Tales, it sounds like they've got other stories written for Hera and for Alpha.
Yeah, Pam said, "I love the story of her mask."
Because that to me was just fascinating because just like she, we talked about this earlier, but I know a lot of people came in later, but she just like she told Beta, he cared for his friend, and she said, you can take him with you, and that's what she did with Hera. She had that romantic interest in her, and whatever relationship they had, I don't know, but she kept her with her, and it was outstanding.
Yeah. Pretty creepy. Yeah. It was, to see that bright blonde hair on that thing.
Oh,
right?
I mean, know just it. So you just knew.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And then I loved it, the whole time she was talking, when she's doing her narration, and you look in the background, you see the heads on pikes, and you see the husks of skin hanging, and it was just so grotesque, and you could just see it evolving into her whispers, and it was outstanding.
Yeah, visually it was done very well too. That's why I do have to say, like, the visual effects in these episodes, like the CGI and everything like that, have been done very well. I mean, especially for like the smaller scale that it is. I'm guessing it's a much smaller scale because they're one-offs. but everything has been done very well. The makeup.
But you still have a lot of the same creators.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got Gail Ann Hurd in there, you got Greg Nicotero, you got a lot of the same people. And so I mean you have some of the directors were new to the Walking Dead universe, but you have some of them that have worked on Fear and Walking Dead and things. So you have some of the same elements, but then you're adding in some new people too, so that you get a good meld.
Now they're doing all these down in Georgia as well, right? Like, are they on? Do we know what location they're using? Are they in?
They were in. I know they filmed in Bedford, Georgia, and I don't remember what other areas, but yeah, they were filming in Georgia.
So no more snow at all for any of these shows. They're giving it back. It's got given back to the public, and that's it, right?
Well, I know there's a studio somewhere in Sonoy. I guess Oscar may know more about that, but I know there's a studio somewhere, and I don't know what the status is on that.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, the sites, I guess that's just a. I mean, obviously, Alexandria's gone and things like that, but there's lots of different places that I think the studio owns some things that they've used in the past, but then I know some of them have been torn down. The hospital's gone, even the arena, that area has been torn down and stuff like that.
Yeah, Pam says D was filmed in the same place as Ozark.
Right. Yes, I did. Yeah, there you go. I knew there was another one that was like some familiar thing, but
okay.
yeah, because they used this. I think they used one of the same boats.
Stone Mountain, I believe.
Exactly.
Stone. Okay. The other thing I wanted to touch on before we go is that we want you guys to all start paying attention to the camp page. They're going to be releasing some information coming up with the October event. So we're going to be doing a little collab with the camp, obviously, like we normally do. But just keep all your notifications posted for the camp, for what they're gonna announce, and then obviously most of the people here already are subscribed and follow and everything like that. But we have something very, very special planned for I guess anyone new. And this is going to lead right up to the camp. So I don't want to say too much more. I just want you guys to like really be like focused on what the camp is announcing, what they're going to be dropping. And then you can still be included if you are an existing follower, because you'll be included in tagging the people you tag.
There'll be other things. So there'll be
instructions. Yeah. So actually, you'll be included no matter what. So yeah. So even for some people who are already following, liking, subscribing, you'll be included in it as well. So
Bye.
Yeah. So just keep your eyes peeled on that situation developing, and we'll be giving more information on that as well. So, but it would be a really nice little prize for a special someone that wins it.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty darn cool.
And it'll include that person. It'll include us. It'll include the camp.
So it'll just be cool.
It's
all
gonna
around.
be, and it'll include you even if you're not personally in the camp. You could be online. So there's that too. You could be a winner and technically not even like really be there.
Pi says if I win it, what happens to me? You just get to be more awesome.
Yes.
That's what.
And bragging rights.
Yeah.
Bragging
And
rights.
Pi, like I just finished saying, like, you don't necessarily have to be on location to participate in what you win. So there's that. Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty darn cool.
All right, Dave. I regret telling you that.
What happened?
He goes, keep your eyes peeled like onions in your peanut butter and banana.
I'm gonna make one as soon as we leave.
No, please don't.
I got onion.
No, please don't.
Get some all natural peanut butter.
No, please don't.
I don't have bread though. Can I just put it on a spoon and eat it?
Crow. I'm glad I'm not there. I'm gonna go down and eat my pizza.
Oh goodness. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining in. We appreciate it as usual. We will be back next week.
Yes.
Yep, we'll be back next week. We're probably gonna have a special guest with us. I'm not sure who. When I say special guest, I mean someone who's special to us, obviously. Someone who's not. I don't want to say they're not famous because they're known, but they're not like
Yeah.
they're not like
Not a celebrity.
yeah, they're not a
You're
celebrity.
right.
Bum, bum, bum,
Yeah, we'll
bum.
say.
Yeah, they're not a celebrity.
I need a soundboard, damn it.
They're a celebrity to us, but not on TV. So they're celebrity in our hearts.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You'll be excited to see this person.
Yeah,
Let's
you'll
just
be
say
excited.
that. Just be excited. You'll just
And
be
I don't want
excited.
anybody's hopes up. As much as we love to have him, it's not going to be Josh next week. Josh will not be. I mean, he can be on anytime he wants.
Sure.
But he just has to wander in the room. Just saying, Josh.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan will definitely not be on our show.
No.
He's probably still filming his show.
Yeah, he told me he was too busy.
Yeah.
He couldn't
that,
make it.
that man
so,
is,
sorry.
with everything going on, I mean, so he's going to be in the Supernatural prequel.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be in The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be in what used to be Isle of the Dead, which is Dead City or whatever
Dead
the fuck.
City.
I mean, the man
City.
is a friggin' powerhouse.
Working. He's a
Yeah.
working man.
And he has 2 children and a family,
And a freaking
you know,
farm,
and
donkeys and everything else.
yeah, everything. Yeah.
I'm super excited
And
for The
it's-
Boys. I think I wrote, because when I saw the post, I sent the message. I doubt he saw it, but I wrote to him. I said, it's finally nice that they're going to let the beast out of his cage. You know what I mean? Like, you got to play Negan, which was, good. It was good. But now we get to hopefully, like, really watch you open up that whole can of whoop ass. So, and there's been really cool art
Yeah.
of him in, like, superhero uniform, suit kind of thing and everything. So, it's all fan art. It's nothing official. It's fan art, but
Yeah. But these fan artists are
God.
incredible. I love that. Oh man, they are just outstanding.
crazy. And we are working on a guest. Hopefully, we can get them right before the camp, which is only 65 days away. So we'll see if we can narrow it down at least a couple more right before we get to the live show.
No, Oscar, sorry, it's not you. You've got a lot of growing to do. Inside jokes for the win.
Inside joke for the win. But yeah, we will be back here next week. We will discuss 5.
Yes.
Yep, we'll discuss episode 5 of Tales, and we'll discuss anything else you guys want to talk about.
Peanut butter, onion, and banana sandwiches?
No, we'll talk about things like the Game of Thrones. There, the
Oh, House of Dragon.
House of Dragon.
Oh.
Been amazing. House of Dragon's been amazing. She-Hulk.
I hate to say it, but House of Dragon is quickly replacing Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
yeah,
As far.
I've heard lots of people say
it's
that.
pretty damn freaking amazing. So yeah, and She-Hulk. Obviously, we got to see episode 3 of She-Hulk. There's no spoiler there that our man Stephen Coulter was in it, and he was killing it.
So excited on Thursday.
Yeah, very excited for that man in general in that series. So
I think Nick will be in
Nick
the
was
next
in the third one.
because I've seen a lot of. Oh,
Nick-
was he in the? See, I didn't
or
watch
the
it
Wrecking
yet 'cause
Crew.
Did you guys?
I have too many shows that keep coming out weekly. I'm not used to that. It's like just give me the whole season. So I keep forgetting. But yeah, I missed the episode and I saw a bunch of screenshots.
Did you guys
so.
hear some of the theories of who Nick's character works for? A couple of fan theories out there. There's 3
Really?
that I actually really like. The first one is Titania, which
Okay.
would make sense.
she's in the show.
Because she's a major villain
For She-Hulk.
in She-Hulk comics.
Yep.
So for her to just make a cameo, yeah, it'd be fun, it'd be cool, whatever, but it would make more sense for her to be the big bad, right?
Yep.
The other one is Power Broker,
Ooh.
because the theory is that she wants Hulk DNA
Mm-hmm.
to make her own Hulks.
Yep.
And that's what one of the fleshed out theories I saw on TikTok was this guy says that because what's his name that just died recently last year he was not Stryker
Wait, died last year, like real life?
yeah, the actor passed away. He
Oh.
played the guy with he was the Secretary of State or whatever with the Sokovia Accords.
Oh, God. Yes. The bald-headed guy with the
Yeah,
beard.
William. I don't remember the guy, but anyways, he in the comics he's the Red Hulk,
Mm-hmm.
and so the belief was that Power Broker is going to try to create her own Red Hulk, and try to control him. So she's the second one that was mentioned in this theory. The third one was Kingpin, and that's a tie into Daredevil,
Right.
which I'm okay with.
So the Wrecking Crew is the Wrecking Crew in general.
Would be employed by either Titania the Power Broker. More likely, my solid theory is the Titania. That makes the most sense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Power Broker, because it would be a tie-in to the larger
MCU
universe and what happened in the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Or it could be Kingpin, which ties into Daredevil and gets set up for the Daredevil TV show that they're making a TV show, I thought, right?
Yeah,
For him.
He's gonna have his own series.
Yeah. So I think that all three of those would be freaking cool. I would not be disappointed for any of them.
Yeah. And I will say, Zay and Pi, I've seen this man dance, and it is pretty damn sassy. Oh yeah. I've seen his moves.
So one of my friends is a comedian and an illusionist, and so he also says
an illusionist.
Yes,
oh,
and
okay.
a comedian. And so one of the things he says in his show is that the more you drink, the better the show gets. The more I drink, the worse the show gets. So he goes, do with that information what you will.
Right.
Well, that's my dancing.
Okay. So as long as everybody's really
All
drunk,
right, well,
you're amazing.
I'll have
Absolutely.
the camera ready at the camp so we can get some Pookie dancing
maybe
on
that's
camera.
why you always look so
for
good then, because I'm always tipsy. I am usually drunk.
Hey, Ryan, did you see that Chad Coleman got, he's going to be in a DC thing?
Yes. I forgot what character he's playing
And
too,
you-
but I saw his announcement.
Bruno
Yes,
Mannheim?
yeah,
Is
Bruno
it Man-
Mannheim. Yep.
Yep, I knew you'd be excited.
Did I not do anything?
Yeah, because maybe if you try
Oh,
that now.
sorry. My
Leave the
bad.
text up to me, all right?
Yeah. So
Thanks.
shut up.
That's it.
Stetsy. All right. Well, we're gonna go.
Yes. On that note.
We will be back though as usual, and we hope you all have a very safe and very sassy week, full of fun and excitement, and
Congratulations.
for watching Ryan dance while I was drunk.
Engagement, maybe?
Oh, maybe. Okay. I was like, thank you.
He's not engaged to me, I promise.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great night and have a good week. We'll be back next week. Love you.
Bye, guys.
Peace. Deuces.
Hey, Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe. Oh yeah, we talking zombies and apocalypses and all those things you like. Going beast mode, and if you didn't know, it's Peter Z up on the mic. Hey, TWD family, grab the snacks about the pantry. Subscribe and like if you can, please. Or those walkers eat you like some candy. Hey, okay. You at the right place at the right time. No one does it better, that's the bottom line. Beauty and the Beast, this is prime time. Let's go.